YouTube, our YouTube family, all social media platforms. We are here.
Yes, sir.
TikTok Live. We back. Hey, your boy Ryan Garcia shocked the world. He shocked the world.
He literally did. I didn't pick him at all.
He defied all odds. And a lot of people thought he was crazy. I mean, a lot of people did because of the antics, but also understand that he's a boxer. This is his profession too. And realize his records, he only lost one fight. And the one fight he lost to was Tank. So going into this fight, a lot of people still thought Haney lost to Lomachenko.
He did.
And it's a lot of people that look at boxing as rigged nowadays based off of the politics. It's always been politics and everything, but in boxing it is a lot. And what blew me about this, Hugh, was the ref. Because you get knocked down 5 to 8 times. And these multiple times he get back up and he's not even defending himself. He just get knocked back down, or then he's hugging, and then you pushing Garcia off of him, and then what the first knockdown when he was dazed completely, he was like slowing down on count, trying to move Garcia out the way. Bro, I was like, all right now.
It was getting a little boring to watch. I was like, come on, yo.
And you got people with the view of it, all right, it's the champ. You got to grant them some leniency. No, this is competitive. If you about to lose, then you about to lose. You know what I'm saying? And you know that Vegas has a lot to do with this stuff. Betting has a lot to do with it. But I feel like that fight should have ended in TKO. Because Ryan Garcia dominated from the first round. The first 20 seconds, he stunned him. I was like, oh yeah, this gonna be the L for Haney.
It was looking like Haney's fight to win for a good majority of the rounds until he got knocked down the first time.
Yeah, I think
after that it was like Ryan definitely was starting to had all the momentum after that.
And to your point, the first round was Garcia. Then the second, third, fourth, and possibly the fifth, Haney was edging. He was starting to get comfortable. But towards the end of the fifth to the sixth, you start to see Ryan Garcia being more dominant with the left hook. That left hook took him out multiple times.
Facts.
I'm like, all right, man.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, I don't understand all the antics. It's like, why disqualify yourself from winning the belt? Yeah, that's why give up $1.5 million? Like, you doing all this other stuff, all the other stuff that happened in the media with you drinking and all. Like, come on, yo. Like, yeah, it kind of cheapens the sport, you know, when you do all that stuff. Like, I guess you got to sell a fight, but you got to sell a fight the right way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I didn't like all that stuff that came with it, but I was definitely shocked.
That's the only thing I do.
He don't take it seriously.
Yeah, that's the only thing I had it against Ryan Garcia in this, because the whole point and the objective is for you to win and get the title. Yeah. You know, this is what we're here for, and I understand he had different plans, but also you don't have to self-sabotage right there. Because we already know you're capable of beating him, so why give yourself less of an advantage?
Bragging rights do not bring in the dollars.
I mean, yeah.
You being the champ would have brought in major money.
That's true too.
You got to pay to have the belt, but it's like it would have brought in major money, endorsements, fight. Like it would have brought you way more money. You being the champ, you holding the belt. Like bragging rights don't get you.
It is fire too, because he bet on himself. He bet on himself and made 2 times the money. This is an individual sport where you can bet on yourself. For real. And speaking of betting on yourself, Jontay Porter, bro. Jontay Porter. Come on, bro.
Speaking of betting on yourself.
You making millions, bro. You making millions.
What a buffoon.
You making millions. And then you bet. And what you received in betting is not even a quarter of what you're receiving in the NBA.
He earned over $2 million playing in the NBA. Would have made more too.
And it's alleged that this man bet that he wouldn't play the game, bro. And then it just be like you don't even try to be secretive with it. You just be out there. I remember the last dude in the NFL. He had his own name as the better name. Like what?
You could have at least got your homie to like bet on stuff with your money.
Hey, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro. Do you think he deserves an NBA lifetime ban?
Yes. Because you're stupid. Just for stupidity alone, yes. Like, yeah. For stupidity alone, yes.
And you see so many examples of this. Like, it's a lot of examples out there. And ultimately, like we should say, what are you doing this for? He was actually a good role player for the Raptors. It wasn't like he was just a nobody. You know what I'm saying? You was actually contributing. And then you also had the possibility of, like you just said earlier, leveling it up. I'm low-key
glad he did this because the jokes have been hilarious. The jokes that have come from this have been hilarious. Somebody in NBA saw a $20,000 bet for a Jontay Porter 3-pointer. They were like, hold on. Something
ain't right. Like, bro, that's crazy. You like.
He says, speaking of betting on yourself.
In literal terms, bro. Like, what is good? What is really good with you? You deserve, like you said, you deserve a lifetime ban.
What a freaking buffoon.
Based off of stupidity. We see so many examples nowadays of things happening like this. You cannot bet unless it is an individual sport.
That is that might be a dumber way to get kicked out of the NBA. Because at first we were thinking it's gonna be John Morant. Like John Morant was gonna blow his NBA career because he want to wave guns at the camera. This is up there. I don't know if it's worse because John Morant actually didn't do it yet, but it was looking that way. Right, this might be worse.
Well, no, this is worse.
This is definitely worse. He actually did it. Like you actually got kicked out of the NBA because you wanted to bet on yourself.
And it's bad because it's like the consequences of this.
And so you didn't make any real money.
That's the point. It's like based off of what you're making in your earnings. It's like maybe and that's where you get. Like betting, that's why I don't bet as much because guess what? People have real live addictions out here. Once you bet and you see you win a certain amount, you want to keep on betting.
What a way to mess! What a way to screw up!
Yeah, that's what a way.
You know how hard it is to get
in the NBA. Banned.
You know how hard you have to work to play. Isaiah Thomas just fought his way to get back into this league.
And also, too,
like, he fought tooth and nail. He went overseas. Right. He was in the G League. He fought tooth and nail to get back into the NBA. And DeMarcus Cousins is playing in China right now trying to get back into the NBA.
But I'm going to give a different perspective, too. I'm going to give a different perspective on this.
That's crazy.
I do feel like he deserves a lifetime ban. But what is to say about all those people that have alleged incidents and also known incidents with abuse or dealing with different situations? So that's where a lot of the goalposts is moved to, because you have a lot of people that came back to the NBA off of severe things that have happened. You feel me?
That's true.
That's the only thing. But I do in retrospect,
something has to make sense in the punishment and how things are done. It's like, is this okay and this isn't?
Right.
Or is this okay and this is not? If this is okay and this is worse, then if we're doing this, then we need to do this for that as well. So I get that. But, yo, what a buffoon. Like, you know, like, it is so hard to get into the NBA. How long was he in the NBA?
I think he's a fairly new player.
It's very hard to get into the NBA. Even harder to stay in the NBA. It's enough for you to make $2 million over the course of your career. Yeah. It's like, what a way to squander that, man.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Like, you work hard. Like, I can only imagine all those early mornings and late nights in the gym just for what? For 20 G's. Right? Is that what he made? What he made, right? Like 20 G's? Something like that? You need to look that up. Like, but yeah, I think he made like 20 G's.
I didn't feel like looking it up. But it's like, it's not worth. Ultimately, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Smarter decisions.
There are people that are trying to get back into the NBA right now. Like DeMarcus Cousins still wants to play. Isaiah Thomas finally got back in,
which is dope.
Like, which is great for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Blake Griffin finally had to hang it up. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my gosh, that's just what a way to blow something.
Yeah,
no Diddy. This is like,
it's crazy.
It's insane. Crazy. That was hilarious though. Thank you for that. That was
moving forward, bro. I think the multi-talented Chris Brown has the best diss as of right now.
Oh, for sure. Because he actually hates his opponent.
Because this hate is serious in this matchup.
Yeah.
To sit here and say, so I ain't gonna lie, people don't realize Chris Brown could really rap. I don't know if he was outside when mixtape Fan to Fan was out. You know what I'm saying?
Got it on my phone.
Come on now. I don't know if he was outside. Chris Brown could really rap.
In My Zone was out.
Like, facts. But
Chris Brown be rapping.
But they've been going back and forth. And a lot of people are questioning what he said within the Takeoff bar is, and I understand the sentiment. I understand it's a sensitive topic, but it is no rules in rap.
There's no rules in this, especially when you don't like the person.
Like, I mean,
for those that need backstory, so back around 2013, Chris and the Migos were very close. They were extremely close. He supported them. He supported their music, their career. There's actually a video of him on stage saying, "Yo, y'all my real brothers. Y'all my friends. I bought y'all album 3 times. I'll never hate on y'all." Like, he actually considered them like his family. Like, he really rocked with them. And then, you know, I think like 2015, you know, he had a baby and him and Karrueche split up. Him and Karrueche had been together for like 5 years. Mm-hmm. And then I think like a year later, you know, you see Quavo, you know, outside with Caruja. Chris was actively trying to get back with her. So it's like we spoken this on this podcast before. Like, this is something you just don't do. Like, you know, if we locked in, that's your man's. Like, you ain't supposed to date your homie ex.
You're right.
Especially a public ex. So, you know, for Chris, it's the principle of it. It was like a super violation for him. It's escalated since then. It's been years. And it's escalated a lot since then. But it stems from that. It's the principle of it. It's just like, yo, like I supported you heavy. Like, you was like my brother. I called you that. Like I said, I bought your album 3 times. Like, so for you to do that, you know, for him it was like the ultimate, you know, betrayal. You know,
and I feel like it's no cut cards when I respond back.
Yeah,
I feel like if I'm betrayed in that manner, I mean, if this how I'm gonna respond, because he was out at an event and him and Quavo was next to each other. He spoke about it in the song that I could have really broke your jaw, but in the line of business, I'm good. It's a time and place.
Yep.
But I like it that it's at least not violence. It is also just within raps.
At this point, it is gonna get violent. There's nothing Quavo can do but fight that man.
Yeah. Ain't no response you can have.
At this point, you have to fight that man. Yeah, they should. I mean, Chris. I think Chris really just wants to fade. He was trying to fight Offset a couple years ago. Offset didn't want to fight him.
But he was also trying to fight Quavo in these last, like the basketball league that they had.
Yeah, or at least do it like I don't know. Yeah, like I think at this point they gotta just kind of run the fade. Maybe they can get past it after that, but I don't know. Chris wants to fight.
Yeah, I feel like that was yeah.
There's nothing you can do at this point. You gotta fight him. You gotta fight him.
And that Saweetie bar was crazy.
The Saweetie bar was
and then he kind of checkmate Quavo with the incident he had with Saweetie in the elevator. He kind of like, because it's like, you calling me this.
It wasn't the same thing, but if I'm Chris Brown, I'm saying I'm 100% using that.
It's not the same thing, but
I'm 100% bringing that up.
Technically, it is the same thing.
I'm 100% bringing that up.
Yeah,
100%. But that's crazy if that's true. Which I don't see why Chris Brown would lie. That's 100% crazy.
And it's a video surfacing a Saweetie and Chris Brown at a game together. It's like,
and they didn't even speak to each other. They was just there. That's crazy.
And people was like, oh yeah, they can sense the energy. You know what's something going on between two people that's in the room.
That is crazy.
Hey, it's look. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like it.
Chris has always been that type of dude.
You know what I'm saying? Just for the music aspect, I like it.
I've never been that guy, but I mean, Chris has a history of doing that. You know, sleeping with his ex's friends and stuff like that. That's the petty dude in him. So, you know,
you
gotta make better choices with the people you with. I don't know. That's kind of wild, Saweetie. It's like, what is going on?
I mean, like, hey, look, it is what it is. It is what it is.
At this point, it is what it is.
Right, it is what it is.
Joe Budden agrees with me. A lot of people do about apologizing to J. Cole. A lot of people do. I'm just saying.
Okay.
A lot of people agree that we owe J. Cole an apology. Because this is turned into some buffoonery.
Yes, because of what it's turned into. Yes.
Yeah, this is turned into some things or something. And it's like, when you're not really that invested, it's like, is it really worth what this is going to turn into? I get it.
I guess.
Because people do that. People put out this and then later on, you like, man, this really turned left. Was it really worth it?
Yeah.
So like you said, shout out to J. Cole. Maybe hip hop didn't need that at the moment in time. Like, maybe because we never thought of it like that.
Yeah, I mean,
people always regret it later on, and it's like, but all that stuff happens in between, and then you regret what happened in between later, and then it's like, you know, why go through all of that? Like, Drake and Chris Brown had those moments. Drake and Meek had those moments where it's like, dang, did we really have to go through that when it wasn't that deep?
Yeah, but everything happened for a reason.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, shout out to Cole, because I think Cole foresaw something that was just like, for him, it just wasn't worth what it was going to turn into for me to be. Then later on, we like, okay, yeah, but like, why go through it?
But if you ask me too, like, I still think this is the fun aspect of where it's going to.
Oh yeah,
it's the antics involved, but what we want ultimately out of it is Drake versus Kendrick, and see what comes.
And we gonna get that. Drake, I'm tired of people putting a clock on this.
But Drake dropped. All right, Drake dropped.
He snapped too.
He dropped another diss. You can say diss too. But I like the creative aspect of it. He did AI Tupac.
He's got it. He's the troll. Listen, Drake is a troll. He's going to troll. He's the guy that likes to poke, as he should. He's all like, as he should. Like, I don't think Kendrick's on the, like, I don't think there should be a clock on this, but I'm not mad at this at all. Like, 100% troll, poke. Like, you know, if we doing this, like, be that guy, be the person like, yo, like, where you at? Like,
what's up?
I'm with
it. That's what I like about it, because it's like trolling, but it's also like, man, let's start this competition.
Yeah. Like, I'm not one of the guys that's like, for saying with him using AI.
I like the creativity of the AI, because what he was saying with Tupac and Snoop Dogg, the creativity of it. Like, hey, look here, I got the LA GOATs right now. You know what I'm saying? The people that trolling. You look up to. And I'm gonna say, hey, look here, you're gonna be a disappointment.
Some of y'all, like, I skip the AI parts because I don't like the way they sound, but I skip the Drake's verse, because I like Drake. Drake really went crazy.
He went crazy on that verse.
I don't like the people on Twitter that's just like, man, y'all letting Drake bring this AI stuff. I'm like, y'all, like, listen, I don't think it's this deep. I think he's trolling. He can do that. This is supposed to be like,
and I don't think it ruins the essence of hip-hop. Hugh, what a lot of people are saying too is that, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to stop moving the goalposts for other people, because what Kendrick did, in which the Heart Part 5, he added all the characters' AI faces, in which what we found was amazing and tough. So when somebody else do it, and especially if it's a diss towards him, I don't want to hear y'all Kendrick fans trying to cape.
I think that was different because of the visual aspect. I don't think the bars he was giving us would have resonated more. We didn't see the visual.
But it was still the voice. Yeah, it was still on incorporation of AI. So
yeah, I mean, I get it. Like I said, I'm not tripping on Drake using AI. I'm not one of the people that think he's ruining the culture by, like, I don't think he's ruining the culture by.
I think it was a clever way.
I think he was just cleverly trolling Kendrick, which I'm fine with. Like, troll away. Yeah. I am sick of people trying to add a clock to this, because I'm like, when you really go look at like how beefs go, they don't always, like, it's an added bonus if you reply right away. It don't always go like that.
All right, but I'm gonna give some,
because I'm like, when a bomb drop. It don't matter what.
I kind of disagree with that. Because even though that, like, let's say Kendrick waits for a minute to drop a diss back, right? It's going to hit because it's Kendrick, and we're gonna tune in regardless. But I think the time does factor in at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? I do think the time factor in at a certain point, especially who you up against. A person that's willing to go there and continuously. That's what happened. And I'm not saying it can happen to Kendrick, but that's what happened with Meek as well too, with back to back. And I'm not.
But Meek rushed his because he was on tour, and Drake did the smart thing by waiting until he was on.
But I'm just saying,
tour to respond to this. Meek tried to respond.
That's an example, though.
But I'm saying that's an example of him trying to go too quick. He let the pressures of the outside world force him into it.
Meek didn't respond quick, bro. A lot of people was waiting for Meek. He
responded while he was on tour. He shouldn't have. He was on tour with Nicki. He should have waited till that tour was over. Because when you on tour, it's like the schedule's like this.
That's cool.
Now you got to sit down, find a studio, write something.
That's cool.
Quick.
Hugh,
your mind not there.
Hugh,
I would have waited.
Hugh, is Kendrick on tour?
No.
Okay, so and also just being real, like, Kendrick is Kendrick, but he's not the most consistent artist anymore. So,
but he is a guy that takes time, and
yes,
when he puts stuff out,
and that's good, and that's fine. But I'm not one of those people believers that think that it's not a clock on this. I do think at some point within these next month or maybe two, if nothing's dropped, then that's Dub City, in my opinion.
I don't know,
because you know how today is, bro. The attention span is like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like one moment is this, one moment is that. So, like, just not even the eyes of fans in this situation, just the eyes of viewers. It's like, dang, the most recent bars and verses I heard was the Drake response, and then this new Drake response. Even though I know that Like That is an amazing song, and it deserves to be charting how it is. It's kind of really a cultivating song. Yeah. But also with Drake, what Drake has done with these disses has been very good.
Yeah.
Can it be better? You can say that if you want. But these disses have been straight at Kendrick. He talked about everybody, including Kendrick. And also, it looks like, I think it would be marked up as a dub for Drake too, because I'm going not against just you, Kendrick. I'm going against every single body. And we're going to talk about that shortly. But I'm going against every single body responding.
I'm not a clock guy, because when the bomb dropped, people don't bring up the clock. Because I'm like, nobody brings up the fact that Nas took 2 months to drop Ether. Ether is Ether. Mm-hmm. No one talks about, he took 2 months. No, Ether is Ether. No one says Jay dropped Blueprint 2 a year later. Blueprint 2 is Blueprint 2. Drake responded to Pusha T 5 years later. And then Push responded to that 2 years later, and then they did the back and forth. So I'm like, when a bomb drop. But it's like, but it's never gonna. If it's what it's supposed to be, you're not gonna bring up. He took too long. No,
I think it's a difference.
It's heat, it's heat.
I think it's a difference though too, and
I don't think he's wait a year. I think he don't get a year for sure. For sure, Kendrick Lamar does not get a year.
It's just the
he don't get a year because he started this. He don't get a year. He definitely, if he has an album dropping,
he don't get past 2 months for me.
Yeah, if he has an album dropping, then I feel like cause he always drops the heart and then he drops the album. I think he drops and then puts on the album.
It's too short right now.
I think he gets because people forget that Drake took 3 weeks to respond to Kendrick, which I thought was valid because he was on tour. Cool. So I'm like, for me, listen, I don't care when the bomb drops. If it's a bomb, as long as it's a bomb, I don't care.
And I
do think Kendrick gets at least like if it don't come within the next 2 months or two, then I'm like, okay.
Also,
I gotta give it to Drake.
I look at that different though, Hugh, because if J. Cole wasn't included in that, I think Drake would needed to respond on tour. It didn't wait for 3 weeks because at first a lot of people were ready for the J. Cole Kendrick battle. A lot of us
would have waited because them two would have been going at it.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of us originally wasn't expecting it to be first off Drake and Kendrick. It was more so a Cole and Kendrick. So I feel like that granted Drake more time to be on tour and then respond. But now that when Cole bowed out, he was. But it was on go time.
If you're anybody, if you're Kendrick, if you're Drake, you gotta learn from like there. I mean, it's been a while since we've had this energy in rap, but you gotta learn from the past mistakes. Even Drake has to learn from his past mistakes. It's like, I remember when Meek tried to drop that disc on tour and it didn't come out very good. His second disc was better. But that first one did come out very good. So I can't make that same mistake. If I'm Kendrick, I see the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like I've seen how Pusha T methodically attack Drake. So I gotta learn from that. If I'm Drake, I gotta remember what this dude did to break me down. So like I think guys are learning from the situation and trying to attack this the best way they can. And Kendrick's always been a guy that, like art takes time to create. He's always been a guy that takes his time. And when he puts out the product is always good. So I'm like, we always enjoy it when it's out. So I'm like, if it took him a month and he puts out a bomb, I'm not gonna be like, it took him a month to put out a bomb. Look, it's a bomb. I don't care how long it took him to cook this bomb up. But he don't get a year. He for sure don't get past 2 months. I will say that.
I mean,
he definitely don't get a year. He don't get past 2 months. I will say that. Like, cause he started this. So I do, but I'm like, if we know Kendrick Lamar, we know it's coming. Like, that's my thing. Like, I know it's coming. That's why I'm patient. And you got this AI stuff floating around. There's leaks. Like I got some grace for it. It's like, listen, he might be trying to avoid the leaks, the AI stuff. He wants to put this out.
And honestly, and that's not to shoot any bill, but maybe is another angle is that everybody else wants to be in the diss or in the beef.
Yeah,
right now.
Like there's too many people in the way. There's Ross. I don't know why Kanye's involved in this. I don't know why
Kanye. He's
dissing J. Cole.
He has to be the center of attention. You know that. At all times. This is not about you, Kanye.
I think I think the hardest part for me about Kanye's fall to grace, other than the fact that it doesn't seem like he's still holding on to the same like sentiments he did in the past. Not like all the way. Like some of the same stuff is there. But I think the worst part for me is like he's not even cool anymore. Like Kanye used to be so cool. Like the way he dressed, the way he did certain things. Now it just seems so lame, and I hate to see it.
It seems sporadic, just like
it's just hard to look at now. Like it's hard to listen to him. It's hard to even when he raps. He don't sound good when he rap. Like the music don't sound good. And that's heartbreaking to me.
And that's when I heard about the Like That remix and I played it, I'm like,
I didn't think it was real, so I saw him like, why are you interviewing with Justin Timberlake?
And I'm like,
even like down to the people that he's aligning himself with. That's like, come on, yes, Jules, and all this other stuff. It's like, come on, yo, really? Like, why? Why is
and
this
in this situation, in this interview, Kanye just like it just made it seem crazy that he just outwardly just said. Future just told me to invite me over.
But I don't even believe
we all trying to take Drake out, man. Look,
I don't even believe Future did that.
That's what it is. But I'm just saying, like it's like, dang, you just out in Future for no reason. And then it makes it seem like y'all are really just teaming up on one person just to get him out.
And it's like you don't want me to believe that you're bipolar, but you do things like 1 minute say Drake is the greatest rapper of all time, then you diss him again, and then it's like let's do the Larry Hoover thing, and then it's like Drake, I'll get the tattoo, and now you're back to.
And then he just said on Drink Champs, I wish Drake wrote all my raps or hooks, and
then it's like now it's like. I don't know.
And I understand both of them. I really feel like they have a love-hate relationship because I do feel like they respect each other's music, but with them, that has got competitive and personal. And I feel like,
a lot of it is jealousy. For some reason, Kanye feels like, Drake is gonna dim his light, and it's like, dude, you're Kanye West. Like,
right.
Drake is Drake, but it's like he could never overshadow you being Kanye West. Mm-hmm. Even if somebody were to put him above you in like the top 5 greatest rappers of all time, you'd still be one of the top. Correct. Like you are still Kanye West. Correct. Even in the midst of all this buffoonery, people still view you like you're Kanye West. Like you did something. You did like people don't view like they view Soulja Boy and Bow Wow. People forget that Soulja Boy and Bow Wow actually did some great things in the music business. Because it's like some of their
your name is solidified
like,
no matter
your catalog is far greater than theirs too. Like no one's forgetting about this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know. It's the ego thing with him. Yeah. Definitely attention seeking, but yeah, man. But you might be right. Maybe it's too many folks in the way for Kendrick.
And that's what I'm saying. That can be true too, because it's just like I want Kendrick. We want this competitive back and forth.
We want the ISO.
We want the ISO.
Because I don't think those two hate each other.
I do feel like Kendrick does. It's time for me, but I do feel like what a lot of people got to stop doing is inserting themselves. It's like enough is enough.
I don't think Kendrick and Drake hate each other. I think it's just a competitive thing at this point. I think it's just been competitive all these years. It was never any real smoke there. Like there's no stories about Drake did this to him and said this to him. And
I don't think.
I think for them, I think it's really just about hey, you want to be the best. This guy's considered the top guy, so let's do it. And I like that Drake is competitive. He's like, listen, like. I'm supposed to be chilling. I ain't supposed to be rapping. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna sit here and do this until we can put this to bed. Like, let's do it, and then I can go chill. Like, so I like that aspect of it.
Yeah, let's get this out of the way, y'all. Let's get this out of the way.
For real.
My predictions. My continued predictions on this NBA playoffs. I have Denver. That's going to beat the Lakers. I got them being 4-1. Boston.
You think
of course,
Lakers get a game?
I think the Lakers get a game. I think 4-1. I think the Timberwolves and the Suns series is going to get very interesting.
I think that's going 7.
That's going to go 6 or 7 with me. But I do feel like this is the time for Ant Edwards to solidify himself. He's going to be the new face of the NBA once Curry, James, and KD.
Nah, the Tatum wins it all.
Nah, it's time. Yeah. And then all right, let's talk about your team.
If Tatum wins it all, he's gonna be the face. Okay. Even he said, listen,
I don't know.
If we win the championship, I got something to say about it.
Okay, yeah, because you don't have multitude of chances.
Hey man, that's how it go.
I mean, I'm not. That's to y'all being good, but also you got to finish like you said.
I think this one. This has to be the year. I think no other team has the most pressure to win, especially with the way we've played. Not only because of the past failures, but you look at how like on paper, we have one of the best teams in NBA history. Yeah. On paper, the only way it's solidified is by winning it all.
Correct.
Otherwise, it means nothing. So there's that aspect of it. You want to. For some reason, Jason Tatum has to win a ring to get his respect. I don't know why he has to be the one at 26 to win a ring to get his respect, but the other guys get it and they haven't won anything. But again, that's his thing. He knows that. He's like, listen.
I think it's
so he's lazy. He's like, listen, I gotta win a chip. I want a chip. Let's do it.
I think it's critical because he's been there, so the expectation is higher too. So
but it's like it's a respect thing.
You want to be like this man on the wall. You want to be the Mamba.
It's a respect thing. It's annoying, but it's a respect thing. There. So it's that, and I think it's just like we're very lasered in. Like I don't think any other team is more locked in to win than we are. Only because of like that stuff like that and the talks we've had about sacrifice and. Teams are in the playoffs, but every team also knows that, there's not that much pressure for us to win. We also don't have all the personnel to win. Like, if you want a championship team or not. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're there, obviously you're in the playoffs, you're going to try to win. But in the back of your mind, if you actually got a shot to win. When you're a contender and you actually, got a shot to win and you expected to win and you should win, then you really locked in on winning. Like, yo, we can actually do this. Let's lock in. So I think for us, it's like it's really championship and the organization as a whole. Like playing with the Celtics, we are.
Yeah, it's a standard. So I got 4-1 Celtics versus Heat. The Heat don't have the personnel. Jimmy Butler just got hurt. If Jimmy Butler was playing, then I'll give them a shot. Like we said, Denver, I have 4-1 Lakers. Denver in that series 4-1 to the Lakers.
Want to hear my hot take?
Timberwolves and Suns, Game 6.
Want to hear my hot take? I think the Bucks can go to the ECF if Giannis is out. They play better when one of them is not on the floor.
They do, and they play better defensively too. So they do play better.
As crazy as it sounds, when one of them's not on the floor, they play better.
As of now, because this recency bias, it's two, dude. There's still recency bias because they are they're better. I mean, they're a better team with Giannis as well too.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I said if it's just Dame and not Giannis, they're good. Yeah,
because
Dame, Giannis and not Dame, they're good.
Because Dame,
but they're both used to that.
I agree.
And I don't think they've ever had the talks of like of sacrifice of who's going to do what and whose role is what. So when they play, it don't always gel right, especially defensively. It don't always gel the way it's supposed to gel. But like when one of them's off the floor and Dame can be Dame or when Giannis can be Giannis, it gel perfectly because it's like they both are used to that. That's why I'm like, I think if Giannis is out, they can actually go.
And Dame never had this good of a supporting cast. He's never had this good of a supporting cast. He had a good team for a couple years with the Trailblazers, but he never had this good supporting staff.
Yeah,
especially
as crazy as it sounds. I think if Giannis remains out, I think the Bucks could actually go to the ECF.
I can see it happen.
They're gonna have to beat Philly. Who's Philly playing?
Philly's playing the Knicks. The Knicks are playing tough basketball.
Yeah, I think.
It's a lot of great role players. So
you think Joel should sit down?
Matches is going to be a factor. Yeah, based off what he did last game, why is you throwing the ball off the backboard?
I said, Joel, what are you thinking?
Like, what are you doing?
I said, Joel, what are you thinking?
If I'm a 76ers fan, bro, I'll have a heart attack every night.
I was like, Joel, what? And it was tough too.
He too big.
It was just like, Joel, what are you
falling everywhere?
I was like, what were you thinking? Thinking you could do an off the backboard dunk with that knee in the shape that it's
7'3", trying to be
he landed it too. I was just like, yo, come on.
Tough. He's tough. We know he's stupid talented.
Joel, what were you thinking?
But come on,
I didn't know what he was thinking.
Knicks,
but I'm like, again, like it goes back to like knowing whether or not are you actually ready to compete. Because it's like if he's not healthy, then it's like he's not going to be able to play like this. Continue throughout the playoffs.
He's not.
So there's no point of you even trying to compete with him playing like that. He's just gonna make it worse.
If they lose, I feel like this next game, or if they get 3-0, then he's gonna sit out.
And we need him for the summer. We need to talk about that before we get out of here.
The Knicks, the Knicks about to win.
Yes, but we need Joel for the summer. He's on Team USA. So he needs to go sit down somewhere and get his knee right. Because we got a world to dominate.
Yeah, for sure.
No allows called us out. So we got to go out there and destroy the rest of the planet.
I'm not going to lie to you. Embiid can rest. For real. Because this lineup is about to be all time, even with Embiid not on.
So then who plays center?
Bam can play center. I don't care.
I mean, he's already on the team.
Yeah,
so
Bam can play center. I don't know who else is.
But you need 12. That makes it 11 if he doesn't play. So we need 12.
Oh, I mean, we can get somebody else. Come on.
Maybe Kyrie can finally play.
Right. Right.
We need more than one center.
And I don't like Kyrie not being invited to play. That's ridiculous.
My whole thing, I'm just like, listen, everyone don't get to make it.
Come on.
He can replace Halliburton. If I had to pick somebody to replace, he can replace Halliburton.
The top 10 or 15 American players? Are we serious?
He can definitely replace Halliburton.
Are we serious? Come
on, I'm being honest. Like I think, and Halliburton is nice, but I would gladly take Kyrie Irving. But you need another. If you had to pick another big, to replace Joel, who do you pick?
I don't know other than Bam, bro. I don't like who we pick because a lot of them foreigners, bro.
Miles, yeah.
A lot of them foreign.
Miles Turner.
They going crazy. Miles Turner, that's a good one. Shoot, bro. If I have
Brooke
Steph, Brooke Lopez, if I have Steph,
wait, he's not from America. He could choose
KD,
to play, but he's not.
LeBron. That's all I need. You can add Dame in there.
Tatum.
You can add Jason Tatum.
And on that team.
I'm talking about those. I'm talking about those three. Oh, it's on. And then everybody else. I'm not saying everybody else is amazing players.
Listen, at the end of the day, I want everyone to remember this is all Noah Lyles' fault. I want everyone to
called out his own freaking country.
I want everyone to remember, like the rest of the world. If the world is watching, what's about to happen, I want you to know that Noah Lyles did this to you. That's all I want you to know. But yeah, because I genuinely want this. Like, I want to see Joel play in the summer. Yeah. Like, I want to see him dominate and whatnot.
Well,
so yeah, I need his knee to be high.
They about to lose this first round to the Knicks.
He needs to sit down. I'm sorry, he needs to sit down.
What's your other predictions? Who else is playing?
Cavs. I mean, every game's been a blowout except for the Thunder and the Pelicans.
Not really.
Thunder and
Pelicans series is gonna get interesting.
People don't believe in the Thunder.
I got the Thunder winning, but they might get Game 6. People
ain't believing in the Thunder. But Zion is out, so I'm like, you can't lose to this team without Zion. You just can't. You cannot lose to this team without Zion. I think the Cavs beat who they playing?
Magic.
The Magic.
They gonna beat the Magic.
They gonna beat the Magic.
Before we go though. Who's the MVP? Is it Shea, Luka, Joker?
It's Jason Tatum. But out of the finalists, I'm sorry. The best player on the best team usually gets it.
I didn't ask you that.
You're right. I'm sorry.
He is not.
You're right. Okay. Out of the finalists, who is it? Who is it? Joker, Shea, and Luka? I mean, I gotta give it to Shea.
I give it to Shea too, bro. The best team in the West, best record. Also, he one of the most improved players from the time he entered the league. And his improvement is amazing, bro. Efficient.
Yeah, I give it to Shea.
30 point plus per game really is valuable to that team because that team is very young, bro. Very young. Without his contributions, that team would just still be a young team that's still developing.
Leading the league in steals.
I got Shea, and I feel like at some point Luka got to get it. But I just feel like right now you got to go with he's the most valuable on that team, and then with Luka having Kyrie now. It doesn't diminish his value.
It doesn't, for sure.
But you still have, you know what I'm saying? With Shea, he has a lot of good role players around him. The Mavericks
probably could have won a championship if they were patient. They had Jalen Brunson and they had Porzingis.
Yeah, for sure. If they were.
This is why we need to win a championship, because we can't get our respect until we do it. I don't know why, but whatever.
I think Shea should win.
But out of the people that's being picked, I gotta go with Shea.
Yeah, because Joker, I love Joker, and he deserved to be in the conversation all the time. But the year he won and they were in 10th place, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I ain't like that. I get it. I get it though. But I do feel like you need to have a good team, be leading your team in a positive win direction, and being valuable in that team. This is my issue matter.
With it, and it's not even just the fact that I think Jason should get it. I think Jason should get it based off of how the league used to do it, like you said. So like the league was always giving it to the best player on the best team. Like Kobe Bryant missed out on 4 MVPs, and he was scorching the league. 37 points per game, 35 points per game, 33, 32. They gave it to Steve Nash twice. He was averaging 16, all because his team was number 1 seed. So then it's like, you fast forward, and now you giving it to guys that's in 10th place.
But Jason
Tatum. So then it's like, wait a minute. So then it's like, here goes this guy who's number 1. His team's number 1. He's leading his team in every stat. But then we make up these different. He's leading.
But he's leading his team. I'm talking about
points, rebounds.
He's
steals,
he's not more valuable to the team than
he's leading in every stat.
He's not more valuable to a team than Luka or to a team as Joker.
You can't say that when you're leading in every stat. You're leading your team in points, rebounds,
and so are the other people that I'm saying too.
Shea's not leading his team in rebounds.
You say rebounds?
He's not.
Hold up. You telling me Jason Tatum is leading his
team? Jason Tatum is leading his team in points, rebounds, assists, he's tied in steals.
And all the stats.
Yes.
So, but also, do you feel like he's more valuable to his team than Shea, Luka, and Joker?
Yes. He's the best player on the floor. Look at the last game he had. He had 23, 10, and 10.
He's better than them players?
Is he better than Shea? Yes.
Hell no.
Jason Tatum is not better than Shea.
No, not this year. No, the hell he's not.
This year he had to
sacrifice.
No, the
hell he's not.
He sacrificed
and Jason Tatum too.
The
thing that you always like to say.
He understands
is efficiency. He's career
high at 48% this year.
So who's more efficient, Shea or Jason Tatum?
He's more efficient by a percent.
Stop playing. He's not more efficient than Shea.
No, I'm saying Shea's more efficient by a percent. You also have to realize
Jason Tatum better than Luka Doncic.
No.
Okay. Is he better than Joker?
No.
So
he's better than Shea.
I mean,
but you also have to understand that Jason's playing on a different team this year. His team does not need him to score 30 every night to win. When he was needed to score 30 last year, he did that. When he needed to score 30, he did score 30. He ain't got to score 30. But he still averaged 27 and 8
you can make your claim.
On 48% shooting, leading his team in every stat.
You can make your claim. He's not more valuable than them 3 players. I just said I don't think so. I think he does. Do I think he should be a finalist? Yes, based off of what you're saying.
But I feel like you get penalized for having a good team, which you're supposed to have a good team. So it's like I gotta be trash. Because like I said, Kobe was doing the same thing and not winning the award.
But also, like,
that's what's annoying about it.
But we're saying the same thing. It's different criteria with the most valuable player. It's different criteria. You should also be valuable to your team in a certain aspect. Your record should be at least a positive.
What was the year? The second year, based on the logic the NBA's been doing, what you're saying, the second year that the Joker won it, I thought DeMar should have got it. Because the year before DeMar got there, the Bulls had the exact same team and they weren't in the playoffs. Then DeMar showed up. They became a playoff team. He started breaking all kinds of records. He averaged 30. So I was like, shouldn't DeMar win this award? Then it was Steph. Steph led his team in league in scoring, took his team to the play-in by himself. He didn't win it. I'm like, that's what blows me. Because I'm like, when the guy is in position, the best player on the best team, you like, oh, his team's too good. But all these other guys, they didn't have the best team and led their team in better positions the year before with crazy numbers. You give it to the guy that's the best player. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what is this? That's the part that blows me. I'm like, where's the reward for winning? That's my thing. Because I'm like, even Joe Mazzulla is not a finalist for Coach of the Year. 64 wins. Broke 9 NBA records. I'm like, where is the award for winning? That's all I'm saying. Like, winning's supposed to matter. At some point, winning has to matter.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my biggest gripe. That's why I'm like, listen, if we win a chip, I want all respect.
It go hand in hand.
I want, like, every year we need to be respected.
It go hand in hand. And you know it's politics, like I said, anything. It go hand in hand. But one thing I do know, all aside, based off of what I've been viewing in the NBA, those 3 should be the finals. That's it.
Give me Shea, man. They went from what, the 7th seed last year to number 1. Give me Shea.
He deserved it.
Don't think I don't know that the league is trying to give these awards to the foreign guys more often. Don't think I don't see it.
Hey y'all, coming soon. Me and Hugh gonna have a whole NBA talk because I know that's.
I know you see the play.
I'm gonna go in.
I know you see the play. You see what they're doing. You see how they Joel, Joker twice. Who are the 3 finalists? All foreigners. You see, listen. I see it, and I'm not saying the guys don't deserve it because the foreign dudes are killing the league right now. They like most of them are top 5 best players. But I'm like, I see what y'all doing. Like I see the play here.
Yeah, you got the market is the money.
Yeah, I see how y'all be. I see what y'all doing, NBA. Y'all ain't slick.
Oh man, another amazing episode.
Who plays tonight?
Y'all already know.
The West.
Yes, sir.
Timberwolves.
Like I told you, I got Denver 4-1, and I got Timberwolves going 2-0 right now.
If D'Lo play like he did the other night. He's not going to be in LA because he sold them last year. Yeah. So if he comes back out, and he was bad last game, so if he comes back out and plays bad this series,
ain't no contracts for regular season.
He will not. He will listen. Bronny will be drafted, and he will be traded
for sure.
My fault. Go ahead, Ed.
Nah, you good. Episode 383. Hey, tune in. Like I said, we're gonna have some extra episodes for the new memberships out here. Me and Hugh could just talk straight sports and basketball. It's a lot of our viewers out there that just really like that. And we could just break it off in sections of having different topics that we just strictly talk about. But that's gonna be on the membership. Look forward to that on YouTube.
Yes, sir.